Hello, everyone, and welcome to our new webinar on troubleshooting common Power BI errors. Here at Advisicon, we help organizations achieve greater impact by leveraging work management technologies to accomplish more with less. As work management consultants and technology specialists, our focus is on streamlining processes, improving systems, and achieving better outcomes. In this webinar, we'll explore how to handle and resolve common issues in Power BI. From data connection problems to DAX formula errors, our goal is to equip you with practical strategies to ensure your reports run smoothly. We will start with identifying typical Power BI errors, followed by troubleshooting techniques, and we will wrap up with best practices to avoid such issues in the future. So let's dive in. I'm Shams, a Power Platform developer at Advisicon. As a CRM and Power Platform consultant, my journey has been all about designing and implementing customized solutions using the Power Platform, which includes Power Apps, Power Automate, and Power BI. Today, I'm here to guide you through our webinar, exploring practical tips to maximize the impact of your reports and dashboards. So let's dive in. Introduction to common Power BI errors. In any Power BI project, errors are inevitable. Whether you're dealing with loading issues, incorrect formulas, or visualization glitches, having a solid understanding of these common pitfalls is essential. In this session, we will dive into the most frequent Power BI errors, understand why they occur, and explore the best ways to troubleshoot them. There are 4 key categories of errors you will likely encounter in Power BI: data connection failures, DAX formula errors, visualization issues, and slow performance. Each of these categories has its own set of challenges, but they can all be managed with the right troubleshooting techniques. Power BI errors typically arise from one of 4 main causes: changes in data sources, overly complex models, human error in configurations, or limitations in resources such as server or memory capacity. Understanding these root causes is the first step toward resolving issues efficiently. When errors occur in Power BI, the consequences can be significant. They lead to delays in delivering insights, incorrect data in reports, and lower productivity as users spend time troubleshooting. By addressing these errors proactively, we can maintain both the accuracy and reliability of our reporting processes. Effective troubleshooting techniques. Data connection failures in Power BI occur when there are issues with accessing data sources. Common reasons include changes in the authentication methods, incorrect data source credentials, or outdated connection settings. The solution here is to troubleshoot, verify the connection settings, ensure access rights, and test connectivity using Power BI Desktop. Using query diagnostics can also help to identify bottlenecks related to your data queries. DAX formula errors can stem from incorrect syntax, incompatible data types, or using functions inappropriately. These errors typically manifest as incorrect calculations or formula failure notifications. To resolve, use the DAX error messages as guidance. Check data types and simplify complex formulas. Leverage tools like the DAX Studio to test and troubleshoot your calculations. Visualization issues in Power BI arise when data is not displayed as expected due to filtering problems, misaligned chart types, or excessive data leading to cluttered visuals. So the solution here would be to make sure to select the appropriate chart type for your data. Use slicers and filters wisely, and limit the amount of data displayed for clarity. Slow performance in Power BI is often due to inefficient data models, poorly written DAX queries, or large datasets. Slow load times or sluggish interactions can significantly affect the user experience. The solution here would be to use tools like the Performance Analyzer to pinpoint the source of the slowness. Optimize data models by removing unnecessary columns. partitioning large datasets, and optimizing DAX formulas for efficiency. Best practices to avoid errors. One of the best ways to avoid issues in Power BI is to keep your data model simple. When talking about data modeling in general, the term you will hear most often is the star schema. This is a widely adopted approach to designing data warehouses and relational databases, and is the recommended approach to take in Power BI as well. There are two main benefits of using a star schema. Usability. A star schema makes your data model cleaner and more organized, and your report will be easier to use. Performance. Star schemas allow you to easily scale your report to very large volumes of data. DAX measures also calculate faster, and the Power BI report refreshes faster overall. When writing DAX formulas, use clear, descriptive names. Instead of default names like Measure 1, opt for meaningful names that describe the formula's purpose. This will make your reports easier to debug and maintain, especially when you or others revisit them later. Another important best practice is to regularly test and validate your reports. Testing your DAX calculations, relationships, and visuals with sample data will help catch errors early on. Before publishing, always ensure that your outputs are accurate and performing as expected. Lastly, schedule your data refreshes carefully. Overlapping refreshes can overload your server and lead to errors. Make sure your schedule aligns with business requirements and consider using incremental refreshes for large datasets to improve performance. In today's session, we explored key strategies for addressing common Power BI errors. Here's a recap of what we learned. Common Power BI errors. We identified prevalent issues including data connection failures, DAX formula errors, visualization problems, and slow performance. Effective troubleshooting techniques. We discussed practical approaches for resolving these errors, such as verifying credentials for data connections, using DAX error messages for debugging, checking for missing fields in visuals, and optimizing data models to enhance performance. And we also learned some best practices to avoid errors. We emphasized the importance of simplifying DAX expressions, validating data sources before import, and maintaining proper data types and relationships, and regularly optimizing reports. Thank you so much for watching this webinar. Please feel free to reach out with any questions. Like or follow us on our social media platforms and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We offer many free trainings in our online academy. Thank you again for watching, and we will see you next time.